Joining us now is Mike Gaffney from the school, along with a current and former student, Brenda Jefferson. You've actually graduated from the program.
Yes,
right?
I did.
Good for you.
Amazingly.
That's great. And did you go into it because you wanted to do it as a profession?
Well, I really did. I needed a career change. And that's why I totally went into it, and I didn't think flowers, I could not put flowers in a vase or
nothing. Why the Milwaukee School of Flower Design?
I kept seeing Michael's advertising, and it was like, okay, it looks like he knows what he's doing. And he really does.
Yeah, so let's talk about the classes in the program. What do you learn?
Well, most of our students are beginners. They've not done a whole lot with flowers, but they have a desire to. And basically, it's a very intensive 8-week course. We learn everything from European design, American design, Asian design. But interestingly enough, we also talk about marketing and sales and how to get your feet in the door and how to really succeed in this industry, because it's a huge billion-dollar industry.
Okay, and that was my question. Is flower design lucrative? I mean, you wanted to change your career. Can you make money doing
Yes, people think flower designing is about wrapping tulips, you know, at the corner flower shop. It is an alternative for you. You can get a job working at a corner flower shop. But also on weekends, we do $10,000 to $50,000 floral events, so you can imagine the kind of money there is in this business.
We're looking at some absolutely fabulous bouquets right now with just really unique twists. Is that something you kind of specialize in, is taking it out of your average vase and sticking a multi-colored bouquet in there?
Yeah, so I teach my students that whatever you do, you put your thumbprint on it. You know, in school we teach the basic rules of design, which in other words it means when I go to work in the morning, I tell my students I don't reinvent the wheel. I can do this in my sleep, following set rules of design. And then when you've got that down, you add your little thumbprint, which could be the copper tubing, the little bear grass snaking, connecting, little energy flow there. So yeah, it's, you know, you always put your last little into it, so it says it's yours for your clients.
Is this something hard to learn if you're a beginner?
That's the fun part. No, it's very easy. Students come to me like, and they say, will we ever learn how to do like the cover of the magazine by the end of 8 weeks? And I go, about 22 minutes from now. You'll have something so gorgeous in your hands you won't believe it. Because it is. It's based on very simple rules of design that you were just never shown before.
Where are you guys located? How can people find you?
Our school in Milwaukee is located in Brewers Hill, right next to Schlitz Park, First and Pleasant.
So how do you teach floral design then?
It's a hands-on. It's all hands-on. You just show up, sit down. I throw a ton of flowers in front of you, and I say, now we're going to control the merchandise. You know, and basically, design is these are all color swatches. So if you learn a few simple tips, you know where they belong. It's not a guessing game when you design flowers.
Okay, you say you can put together a bouquet, a wedding bouquet, in a minute.
It takes about a minute. Don't tell all my brides
I
out
mean,
there. They
that's a
think I toil all Saturday morning.
Well, you heard what we thought, because we were thinking an hour.
Well, that's what brides is too, but it's a little less. And I've been doing this a long time, so maybe the average girl a few minutes longer. But
what can you do with a bunch of roses just right there?
Right. This is a really good tip, and here's one of the things we learn in school. This is like the second day. It's a left to right motion. Watch this. See that? Cross to the left, spin a little to the right. Cross to the left, spin it to the right. Keep going.
Wow. That's how they do
This
it.
is the most requested bridal bouquet in America. 5 out of 10 girls will come in and say, you know that all rose bouquet? That's what I want.
That's what they want.
Stop, tweak it a little.
Push it in a little bit.
Yep, pull it out. And the secret is this. If you hadn't come to school, you'd be doing this, right?
Right, absolutely.
The secret is crossing. See that cross?
See the cross,
That's all the difference in the world.
And this is the part that you talk about not reinventing the wheel, but then when you put your final touches on it.
Right, then I may wrap it in gold bullion, or I may wrap it in, you know, the bear grass around the base.
Is the wrapping it going to be the tricky part once you got the putting the flowers together?
Everything is easy at the Milwaukee School of Flower Design.
And as we're letting him finish that up, what have you done with your education from the school?
Well, I opened my own business, but I'm also working with Michael in the Milwaukee, Chicago.
We do, yes, schools all over. We do shows at like Bloomingdale Sachs, and Brenda's been my really good assistant at all the shows that we do.
And when people just think of flowers, I think sometimes they just think of a flower shop. What are some other options after you graduate from the design school that you could go out and just too?
Eventing, large party and corporate work, event designers is a huge thing. A lot of my students go right into doing events or working for event designers because that's where the money is.
I cannot believe that. It's like a globe of roses. A globe of roses for sure, and the color is so beautiful. So now you're using some wire.
Just going to use a little wire today to keep them together, so when I'm done.
Fabulous twist.
I would just squeeze these together, wrap them with ribbon, and say, go ahead, go fall in love.
Walk down the aisle. Perfect.
Tell them you'd get married all over again. There you go.
Not only we talked about a lucrative opportunity, but it's also fun. You get to be creative, correct? And are there a lot of fun people in the business too? Are you glad you got into it?
Very much so. And we're like a family now. We go out, we do special events. We did Union Station. That was one of my fun things.
And I think it's worth stressing again that you don't need experience to do this. This is something you can come into as a beginner and learn.
Right. 20-some years ago, I was a truck driver. On my way back to New York, I had a job on Wall Street. And I stopped in a flower shop, and that happened to me. So,